Hey everybody, how we doing tonight? Welcome to another Video Game Rations stream. I'm one of your hosts, Brian, hanging out here with Eric and Nolan. How are you fine gentlemen doing tonight?
Ooh.
Oh, great.
Good.
Yeah,
Glad to
real
hear
good.
it. Glad to hear it. We're Video Game Rations. We are a monthly video game club podcast. On Thursday nights on the stream, we play our game of the month. This month, it is the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition. We're
New
on
content, baby.
we got new content. We're on playthrough number 2 of this one. Anything else to add? Anything I'm missing? We're basically
No, I was trying to remember where we left off last. If you remember,
we were in some new content. I don't know where it's gonna drop us off at because we were in the middle of a new content section where they were talking about the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh yeah.
They were testing out the new features. I'm not sure if we start off back at there or back at the cubicle, but we'll see. We'll see. So I'm behind the mouse and clackies tonight. So if you want to yell at anybody for being an idiot in the chat, that would be
Brian.
me.
This is the story.
Oh,
of a
you're
man
not.
named
You're gonna be
Stanley.
just fine.
Are we back at the beginning here? Okay.
Looks like it.
I feel like you always start.
Yeah.
Yeah. There just wasn't like a
Well, his co-workers
pick up
were
your
gone.
save or something.
What could it
you know,
mean?
so
Stanley decided to go to the meeting.
maybe
room.
we can
What
do
could
that.
it
Perhaps
mean?
he simply missed a memo.
I didn't ask you if you've played this before.
No. Okay, new content is still unlocked.
There
It's got
it
the
is.
new new content. Let's go check out
When Stanley
and
came
see
to a
if
set of
the
2 open doors, he
closet
entered the door
is
on his
available.
left.
Because we didn't do the
Closet.
closet all the way through.
Closet's hilarious.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of
Here we go.
disbelief,
Oh,
Stanley
yeah.
decided to go up. Stanley stepped
So-
into the broom closet.
So just
but
hang
there
out
was
here for a
nothing
long time.
So he
Okay.
turned around and got back on track.
You can click on things. It doesn't really do anything, but
Okay.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
You guys, I messed up again.
What'd you do?
I should have went and got some beer, but I didn't.
Oh,
Baffled,
no.
man.
Stanley was still just
When
sitting
will
in
you
the broom
learn?
closet. He wasn't
I
even
never will.
doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Sweet FA. What's
I don't
FA?
know.
Are
Sweet.
you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Says nothing at all. Merriam-Webster. It's British slang. Nothing at all.
Oh, okay. Nice. Thanks, Eric. Some
Yep.
great
You
context.
do realize
Way
there's
to-
no
way to be
choice of
on it,
anything
Eric.
in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
I imagine this gets
Maybe
worse.
to you this is
Yeah,
somehow
oh, yeah, it
its
does.
own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope
That's
your
what I was
friends
trying to
find
get.
this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Oh,
He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
it's not very nice.
He goes hard.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
Oh
They
no.
have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
You have to do that, Brian. You have to find another person to
second
play.
player. Good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before. Coming to a
Go back
staircase,
in.
Stanley walked upstairs.
No, that's
Oh,
basically it. We can.
Yeah, that was the only content I get.
I think.
oh,
That's
you
as far-
haven't. You didn't
that's
go
as-
back
All
in
of his
after.
co-workers were gone.
Nope.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go
And
to
I-
the
I
meeting.
think it's gonna be
Perhaps
boarded
he had
up now.
simply missed a memo.
I'll have to do it myself because you guys.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
You
doors,
think there's
Yeah,
more?
he
you guys
entered the
don't have
door on his
patience.
left.
I did that, and then I
Yet
did
there
the
was
main.
not a single
ending.
person here either.
That something else.
Feeling a wave
Good
of
one.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take
Wanna
your
play with
time.
these pliers and wrenches and whatnots. Now you want me to go back in there?
No,
Didn't
well, I
close
think
this time though.
I think you. I think it's. Oh wait, did it after you step out? Does it close?
No.
It did the last time, I thought.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So much closet content.
Closets, closets, closets.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
there you go.
Stanley
That's-
decided
that's-
to go
that's
up
the
to
broom
his
closet
boss's
ending.
office.
Yep.
Or the gag. That's the gag.
He will say a little like another line if you go in after he says
All of
second
his
player, but
co-workers were gone.
that's
What could
that's
it mean?
basically it.
Stanley decided
Nice.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
All right,
simply
back to
missed
the
a
new
memo.
content then, huh?
New content.
Give us
New
that new
content.
Oh,
content.
good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Let me know if you guys want to revisit anything, or we just go kind of to where we were before.
I
Yeah.
don't remember which rooms you were in. You were in the jump, and then the pit, right?
Yeah,
jump-
and then the
jump
The
circle.
jump circle was part of. Was that part of the first one? Where it's like, here's the new content, and it was like an elevator and a jump
You
circle,
see,
and it was like,
Stanley,
that's it.
I've
and
been
he's just
reflecting on the
a big
Stanley
gag on
parable
DLC
and about how
stuff like
roundly
that.
Yeah.
disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned
Yeah.
out to be. The
what he's talking
original
about right now.
Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Yes.
Funny you get those intro now. You already had it. So
Yeah.
Yes,
Investor
you see, isn't
Showcase.
this far superior to a measly
love
re-release
all
with a few
logos.
minor additions?
Yeah.
I do
Think of
too.
all the new territory we'll cover with a
So what did you look up?
fully-fledged
Did you look
sequel.
up all
An
the other
entirely
endings for the
new
other
experience,
sections?
built
Yeah,
from
there's
the
a
ground
Stanley
up.
Parable
Why are there
wiki,
so many
and I just
possibilities? It could
look
go
through
in
the
so
scroll through
many
the endings
different
to see
directions.
like which ones.
This is what fans
Did
have
Did one of them
truly
have to
been
do with pushing the
asking
buttons
for.
at the end?
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite
'Cause I
nailed
think
down what
there's gotta
exactly
be a
the
solution
Stanley
to that.
Parable 2 is going to
I couldn't figure it
be.
out.
Let's
The
take a
game
look at
one
some
with
of
the baby and
features
stuff?
I've been developing
No,
for
no, the
I figure
when you-
that if I
Oh,
can loosely
there's
organize
nothing
turn on
there.
the power.
I don't think there's an ending
that surely the
there. I think
game will sort of naturally
it just
spring
blows
up
up and you
around
die.
them. It'll all
Okay.
work itself out. Game development is much
The
more
self-destruction
magic
ending.
than any
Yeah,
those
are the
scientific
two
Wait,
endings.
Brian,
concept.
go back to that yellow sign that says new content. Is there a door over there?
It's just like a bus.
Oh, okay.
the bus to the new content.
Plus all the fans to the new content.
Mm-hmm. Got to take him to it. All right, so we were in this section.
Here we are. Go on.
Yep.
Try out.
We
some
We
did,
went and got the
um,
bucket.
Yep, and I believe I need the bucket again.
You did change. You changed your name.
We did hear.
Oh,
the
yeah,
name,
to
and
Jim.
We're Jim. Yeah,
Yep, you're Jim.
we're Jim. We went in there. We did the infinite hole bit, which was great.
Yeah, that was good.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing
Yeah,
and
the only area
paradoxical,
where the door closes,
that it
right?
engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will
Look at
feel
that bucket.
perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it?
Good laugh.
The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Just pick
Just
it up.
pick it up.
Right.
Holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Nice.
Can you go around? Can you go around the wall over there to the left?
Door, but doesn't do anything.
What are you doing?
There's a door over there, but there's
Oh,
I just it
Nothing
looked
to
like
it.
there was like a door there, but I wasn't sure if you could go through.
there's a door.
bucket content. Woo. Good content.
The hot new bucket content.
Does anyone give
How's
out
it feel?
awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award.
I
If
don't know.
it
It kind of
isn't
like
already.
blocks my.
You try
view a
those
bit.
other doors?
We did try those other doors. Excuse me. This was like you pick the balloons, I think.
There's a
Okay, I'll
time
be
on
honest, I
the-
haven't yet decided on this one.
On the wall
I
there.
think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons.
Oh, yeah?
But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday
No,
and
no, there
Happy
is-
12th Birthday.
when you go back
Which would you
outside.
go with?
Which one you picked last time?
You know,
We picked-
sometimes
yeah, that
when
one.
you
Yeah, well,
solicit
someday.
another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get
the
Well
opposite.
Someday.
Oh,
it
you did the
is.
opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jerk.
Go back out. There was a
Yeah, and then all these changed.
Or actually,
two
maybe I should have gone with no.
chairs with
No,
time in
I've
it.
made my decision. We're moving on.
Oh yeah.
344. I don't know if that.
344. Interesting. Interesting.
I'll write it down.
Maybe that's my
Got it.
favorite time.
Ooh. You didn't put any time close to that, did you? You put
No,
the real
I
time
put
in?
in the
You
current
know
time.
what?
yeah.
Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2
Ooh,
as well.
another
Nice.
jump circle.
Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time
Oh,
we saw the
no.
jump circle? Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
They
Now I
counted my
know.
jumps. Counted my jumps.
You gonna
And
save your jumps now?
This is the infinite
I'm gonna save my
hole.
jumps. I actually don't know if I'm gonna play it. To be honest,
The new content?
At
I'm-
all,
I'm-
right?
I'm just kind of enjoying
You're
the
satisfied.
stream. You know?
Satisfied with what I've got going here.
Yeah,
I feel like did we walk through here? Yeah, we did.
yeah. That goes to the
Epilogue.
epilogue or whatever.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
So it's just all the stuff over here we haven't done. The
Yeah.
free new easy achievement and Did we go up here? Settings
I don't
world
think-
champion. I don't think we did.
I don't think we did either. Yeah.
Settings world. Oh, it's locked.
Oh, that's
no.
one of the achievements.
Is there a setting?
Settings.
If it's here, let me look it up real quick.
Okay.
I was telling you I was trying to use a controller today.
Yeah, you said it
And
wasn't working.
It doesn't work.
Mm.
Yeah, there's a couple of Reddit posts on it too. It shows that your controller is connected and all the buttons you can push, but then it just doesn't work.
In order to get this achievement, you must set every single slider in the setting menu to all of its possible values.
Mm,
Oh, so you have to go through and toggle everything on and off, and
try that all the way up. Camera says like
Get
Just-
every
just
single
do this.
slider, just the sliders.
all
yeah.
the sliders.
just the sliders. Okay.
so. Yeah, you got to go back up.
Here's where you can
Think you-
reset your player data. So
I think you want to max them all out.
This
there you go. That was all of them.
No, you didn't do
What?
those ones. Camera sensitivity. Do you need to max that out all the way to
I thought
the right?
Nolan just said go up and down.
It says set every single slider in the setting menu to all of its possible values.
Oh,
So
let's-
you just
see,
have to
do I
you just have to go
you have to go
through them all.
So like, is this sufficient?
Yeah.
I would think so. Yeah.
Okay. So I did it on all of them.
There's also the slider at the very beginning that adjusts the brightness.
Mm,
Ooh.
That's the only other one that I can think of that you have to do again.
then general.
Because it says like set the brightness so you can barely see the chair.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't have that option. So
It's I think it's before you set the time.
yeah, I didn't have it when I booted back up again.
Oh really?
Mhm.
It's only when you click you haven't
Interesting.
played the game.
It didn't give me the option the second time if I played the game before.
That function makes it so if you say you haven't played the game, it locks the new content until you beat the original story.
That's-
Free achievement, get yours right now. Pull the lever, receive your achievement. No more steps, it just works. Get yours right now.
Now,
I
here's
doubt
something
it.
special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist.
Oh.
Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature.
Such a troll.
Gamers,
Yeah.
we hear you, and I promise it will.
Gamers, we hear you.
Nice. Nothing over there. Just this creaky bucket I'm carrying around.
What else? What other
New
exhibits haven't we
content
seen
you're
yet?
talking about.
We haven't seen the collectibles. Collect them all. Ooh.
Ooh.
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable
Oh.
life.
That's so awesome.
Nice.
You found it. Collect them all.
You gotta find 6 of them?
Do you think they're around here?
Oh yeah, there's gotta be
God,
6
it
of
really
them.
is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic. Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2 Now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
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 Collectibles,
Nice.
infinite hole. Have you done merch?
Yeah, there's just a little merch booth. I think you scanned it and it took you to like a Stanley Parable 2 website, I think.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. That was.
So I think we've seen it all.
No.
What do you think we're missing?
So I think you can go back through the game now with the bucket.
Well, I know that, but I'm talking about specifically in this Expo Hall 2 guide. Like we went through all this stuff.
Yeah, but
I know
I'm
about
trying...
that part.
Okay. There's
Jeez,
got to be
Eric.
something else. It's a big area though.
Jeez.
I don't know how you get back to that area.
Ooh, those are cool.
Well,
All
Rorschach
right,
test.
have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Wait, what was that thing on the ground?
Lone briefcase.
Little folder. New mug. Please no screenshots.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
So this should be good.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Sad trombone.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind.
Guess I should be over here.
Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding,
holes.
Stanley?
Epilogue's
This
coming out
isn't
of
a
the
coherent
side.
video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags,
It's
but
the
they don't
bucket.
add up to anything. I wanted more
get
than
2 buckets?
anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these
It'd be great
gags
if you could
are,
take
they
a
won't stand on
screenshot
their own.
and it would give you
They
an
would
achievement,
need the
but-
structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of
I thought you had to
course,
go
with
back
respect,
through the way you
with
game.
care for the
Sorry,
vision and
that-
integrity of the original game.
You should be sorry,
Possibly
Eric.
work? I suppose
You
it
almost
could.
derailed
But it would
us.
need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Just restarts you. That's good.
Whoa.
Ooh, that's a cool
Fancy.
intro.
That is cool. Can you go to your settings real quick?
Ooh, maybe this is subtle background opacity was new.
No, that was there.
Was it?
Dude, just for kicks, but it was definitely there.
Huh? Don't know. You've bested us, Stanley.
Yeah.
Imagine if I just reset the settings.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a
Balloons.
big
Oh,
building
there's the balloons.
where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his
Just the
desk,
fat fingers.
telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Good for Stanley, huh?
And
Good for
then one
Stanley.
day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting,
Wish I had the other
or
balloons.
even say hi. Never in
Happy
all of
12th
his years
birthday.
at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses,
We become
he got
sentient.
up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so I don't have the bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's the bucket. So,
Can you grab it?
well, we have endings we haven't done without the bucket. So I don't know if we want to just go through those or just mess around with the bucket and see how that changes the stuff that we've already done.
I mean, we just started the stream. Let's not jump to bucket so soon.
Okay, so you want to like look
It's
up
so
the list
tempting,
of
though.
stuff
Look,
we
it's-
missed.
It's on a pedestal. It's so tempting.
Oh, I guess I don't really want to look up stuff.
That's
but-
what I would be doing.
Oh, okay. Well, bucket it up then, I guess.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Basically, we can. You rerun
Go to
the.
Go to the
endings.
closet.
Yeah, you rerun like the endings with the bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket
changes.
tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna do whatever
It's
I
gonna be
want.
the
This
same.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yes.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the
bucket
door on his
content's
left
great.
to go back to the
Bucket
meeting room.
content is good.
Is the
And
bucket
so the
gonna
two
have a
of them
life?
detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be.
I wanna hand over the
given
bucket.
pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now.
belongs.
You
You
don't
have
want-
to be strong.
You don't want the
This
bucket?
is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together.
Fuck you,
Go through each
broom
of them
closet.
point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the
Now
years.
he's just making fun of me.
Let him have it.
Don't give in. Don't give up that bucket.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, Broom Closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things. All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see, I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Nice. One more time.
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Nice. This is where we get into like double the amount
Coming
of
to a
content
staircase,
because it's all
Stanley
new.
and the bucket walked
Dialogue
upstairs
about
to the boss's office.
Stanley
Bucket.
in the bucket.
All the bucket.
Yeah.
See what the standard ending gives us with
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley
anybody
was once
remember the
again
code?
stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
485.
Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an
2845.
emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, but Stanley guessed the correct
Nice.
code by sheer luck.
I just did it.
Was
That's
it
what I was
that
like.
the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes.
The wise bucket.
This is certainly the most logical explanation.
All hail the bucket.
All hail the bucket.
all-knowing bucket. Property of Stanley.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not
There is
for
an
the
ending
bucket.
if you just ride the elevator.
Soothing
up and
him,
down.
comforting him,
Really?
reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty,
I only
he
did it
would be
twice, and
all
it
right.
was
The
just
bucket
kinda
is here for
raining
you,
or whatever.
Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Let's go,
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read,
Can you like do anything with the
Mind
bucket?
Control
Like,
Facility.
when you push and click?
Doesn't do anything. It's just comfort and warmth.
The lights rose
Kinship.
on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Let's go, bucket.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
Maybe if you could scoop up
Everyone
stuff.
in the office was being videotaped,
Pretty cool.
monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's
No.
influence as well?
Not the
Had
bucket.
the bucket been told to do things it didn't
turned
wish
on
to
you.
do? What kinds
It
of
turns on me?
things does
Oh
a
my
bucket
gosh.
want
No,
to
I'm
do
saying it turned
or
on
not
you.
want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
A good bucket.
The bucket's so good.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate.
Oh,
Stanley
yeah, who
wanted to
doesn't?
sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to
a weird
begin
one.
watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end.
Whoa.
True, it was a simple life they envisioned.
sounds crazy.
But it was one they'd lived together.
Yeah, that's too much.
With one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and...
Uh-oh.
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty. Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
Oh, no.
Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket.
Oh, no. Run away! Can you run the other way?
No,
Sure.
no.
Oh, never
Stanley
mind.
can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Oof. The bucket.
Buckets.
Really changing
Changing
things, huh?
everything.
Save the bucket. And then we're kind of just right back.
A soft
right?
wind
And then
blew
there's the-
outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Yeah, so the bucket's back. It's got the sticker still,
Nice.
but you can do endings with or without the bucket.
So what are you missing? You gonna look that up?
The endings I'm missing? Yeah, I mean, I could. Or
I'll
we
be,
just,
I'll
or we
be
just
right
mess
back.
around with the bucket.
Yeah. I mean, the buckets. Whoa. Input received, huh?
Yeah. There are other ones that need input.
I had such a hard time getting on top of that desk.
Oh yeah, this one? Or you just
Yeah. Well, I did that. It just took forever. I had to like wiggle.
a lot of waggling.
Yeah.
There you go.
I wonder if you, not that you should do it, but I wonder if you can pick up the bucket and do the achievement where you touch the door handle like 5 times.
Oh. I wouldn't get the achievement because I already have it, right? So
Yeah.
I'm not sure how.
I didn't know if it was like a new achievement.
No, because I was looking at the achievements that are in the Stanley or the Deluxe edition. There's not like a separate set of achievements that I saw.
It's not with bucket achievements, without
Right.
bucket achievement.
Look at his pencil sharpening desk. Is that all this guy does? Sharpen pencils. I'm gonna be right back real quick too. I'm just gonna grab a beverage.
Oh, me too.
Okay. Well, I'll be right back then. Okay. I am back. Nobody else is back, but that's okay. What do we got here? So there's a gigantic list of endings with the bucket, endings without the bucket. Oh my goodness. Door choice. Grab the bucket. Oh no, this gets dark, my friends. Out of. Okay. Huh.
We looking up endings?
No. I was just talking it over with myself. Don't worry. Yeah, there's a lot. The list of stuff you can do with the bucket is
Insane.
yeah, it's pretty
Nice.
expansive.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Like the flowchart is gigantic, you know.
Oh, nice. I found a Pacifico.
Oh, nice.
Whoa, nice.
Did you go searching? Did you go on a little hunt?
Well, I popped into my beer fridge to see what I had.
Stanley
It's all
clutched
like
the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way.
it's
to
all
the meeting,
barrel-aged
but
stouts
Stanley had thrown
mostly,
the
and
bucket
I don't really
calling
feel
to
like
him,
drinking any
telling
of those
him
right
that
now.
the
So,
employee lounge
and then
was simply
I
the
found a
place to
Pacifico
be.
tucked back in the back.
And here it was. Had the bucket
That's a
turned out to
treat.
be correct?
Oh, yeah.
Was it no?
Oh, man.
Never mind.
My beer
The
just
bucket
sprayed
was
all
wrong.
over me.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes.
Well, look
Go
at that
there.
ramp.
Go to the
Your left.
cargo lift.
What ramp?
Oh,
Right
up the
there,
boxes?
onto the boxes.
Here? Oh.
Oh, shit.
Oh, there's
Oh,
a
look, it's a
collectible.
collectible.
Was that always
Nice.
there?
No.
That
We
weird
found one of
platform
them.
that's.
One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of
Nice
these.
work,
Only
nice
the
work.
intrinsic
Nice.
pleasure of a
Good
job
eyes.
well done.
We
You can't
definitely
buy
gotta
that
get all
sort of
those.
happiness, Stanley.
Yeah.
God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come
does
across
it
one
feel,
of these
Brian?
beautiful figurines.
Are you
Rewarding.
savoring it? Savoring it?
Very rewarding.
Oh. Look at this vent.
Oh.
Oh.
What? Did you die?
Oh.
Whoa.
This is new content.
Believe so. I mean, maybe there's a way to get to that vent before.
Look at all those tapes on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
The
Narrator
cutscene
sound
you were
system.
talking
This
about?
is day number 295. Tape number. I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's
Yes.
unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket.
Oh my.
This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
Gambarata?
Gambarata.
Gamrot.
Now, I'll let you know what that says backwards when I'm editing this video later.
Wow. Okay. Meeting today.
Meeting today. What is that?
Oh,
What does it say on the
Figurine.
top?
Figurine Fenders Committee? Finders Committee? Oh.
ooh, you secret toy? Or
Does
a
it say
clickable?
where at?
It says the meeting room.
To the meeting room.
I thought you've already been in there.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Do I take the
Stanley
bucket?
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yes.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Do you think they have? Yes.
There it is.
Trust the completionist instinct. Why wouldn't they
Spinning
just-
figurines?
Yeah.
Employee
what does that say?
421.
Can we?
Saw one in the cargo room. That's the one we found, right? Employee
Yeah.
421 building a bridge. How do we need Do we need contracts for them? Okay. Can we sell them?
NDAs.
How many are there?
I'm on the Stanley Parable website. I'm seeing if you can buy any of this stuff.
Why floating? Why do they look like 427? What do they want? Our data, stock options, money. Awesome.
I don't- it doesn't look like you can buy
Maybe
them.
we are the collectibles.
Shut the frick up.
Okay, that. Wait, I managed to pick up
Force of
sounds
levitation.
unusual to our regular office ambience or local audio sources using an array of cardioid microphones. Analysis of the recordings allowed me to triangulate the source of the strange noises. Data show that's in all likelihood it's coming from a dark area behind a very warm place. I also picked up what looks like to be reverberance off of a porcelain surface.
Or
That-
you can't go in a bathroom, can you?
There's the executive bathroom, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Figlies are hard to find. Okay, we need to watch the beginning of this. I like this track we're on.
We
Next slide.
we have a quest now.
Yep. How we can find them. Bottom text. Okay. Somebody didn't fill it in. Classic. Small floating objects have appeared across the office. We have to synergize our resources to ensure their retrieval. There are many questions. There was no memo from management. Okay. How can you tell you've spotted one? What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures? There's a toilet right there too.
Yeah, that's the bathroom. Yeah.
Red
Bedroom.
room. Okay. Well, at least that'll get us to some of them. I don't know
What about
that red
the-
room is. There's the.
What about the
porcelain.
far right one? The far right whiteboard behind you. Yeah.
There's.
So these are the clues.
Stairs, something to do with stairs.
Oh, nearby a fireplace, so that's probably upstairs.
Oh, the red and blue room is where
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
yeah.
The doors. The red and blue doors, right?
Yeah,
Stairs,
nearby a
something to do with
fireplace,
stairs.
I think the fireplace is the executive office.
a private but smelly place.
It's an executive bathroom. Let's go for that executive bathroom first.
Why wasn't there one in the broom closet? No,
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked
go to the bottom of the
upstairs to
staircase, see if there's
boss's
anything
office.
behind. It says something to do with stairs.
Hey.
Another miniature Stanley
Nice.
figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Nice. So then they.
Can you go back
said-
down the stairs? Can you go back?
No,
Oh,
'cause
never
the
mind.
door-
Closed.
yeah. We'll look there. Yeah.
Fireplace, it says.
fireplace?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
2, 8,
Crushed
4,
by
5.
the weight of this revelation, Stanley may
Oh,
have
come
broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
Is there
Even
another
now, but Stanley
fireplace
guessed
here?
the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew
Fireplace
all along?
opens there.
Was the
Yeah, okay.
bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Maybe it's down, probably.
If you,
There it is.
oh, there it
Oh,
is.
nice.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now
cruising.
I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let
So
me sit
good.
on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
I like Figley's.
What other clues do we have? The stairs?
Red blue room. The red blue room.
Yeah, we have to start over from the beginning for that one. Should we just do that?
Yeah.
Stairs was the other one, yeah.
So there's the stairs that go up to the parking garage, like Eric was saying,
All of
and
his
then there's the
co-workers
stairs
were
that you
gone.
jump
What
off
did it
of.
mean?
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting
That's
Go back.
past-
There's another
Warmth
thing on the wall.
spread through Stanley's
there.
arms. With the bucket in his arms again,
Oh,
he
never
was home.
What? What do you say?
Keep going. Go back. Keep going back to the beginning of the game. There's another one of those posters on the wall. I didn't know
Brian,
if it was.
Was on a mission.
Turn, nope. Right there. Turn right. What's
Oh.
that on the wall?
Let's
Oh, never mind.
say.
Okay.
But we can't go to the meeting room
Stanley
again,
clutched the bucket tightly to his
right?
chest.
Because the blue
and
doors are
entered
on
the
the
door on his
right.
left.
Yeah.
It's when you
It-
jump off the lift.
This was
right?
not the correct
Yeah.
way to the meeting room.
Yeah.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place
And
to
where
be.
the
And here it was. Had the bucket
the
turned
stair
out
you
to
jump
be
off of,
correct?
wasn't that
Was this
the one of
better?
those
No,
doors?
Never mind. The bucket was wrong.
The
Yeah,
suicide
uh,
door?
it's the
To go
red
back
door.
to the meeting room.
So
if
we
you go through
we
the
might
red-
have one in the blue and
Said
red
the
one, and
bucket.
one.
Don't go to the
In the red
meeting
door.
room. Go somewhere else.
It said the
cargo
red
lift,
door.
Yes.
Or it said the
Good.
red room.
Said
Red
the
room,
bucket.
yeah.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do. Stanley did not
Love that
question
accent.
why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact.
We got it.
He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
And there's stairs too, yeah.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says,
Yeah.
no buckets past this point.
Ah.
Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in
Whoa.
here for a moment.
Nice.
I guess we're going on this journey.
Do you either do a mini game of knowing what is and isn't a
What is
bucket?
it? What is it in the bucket?
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm
Nice, you
showing
do.
you is a bucket.
Great.
Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
What do you guys want to go affirmative or the other way around?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
Incorrect. It is a hologram
Oh,
of a
no.
bucket, not an actual bucket.
Okay, it's gotta be only.
Item 2. Is this a bucket? Correct.
Oh,
It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
well, it should still be considered a bucket, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A 3D printed bucket is still a bucket.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
You think it's a bucket? What's this music?
It's like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire
Yeah.
music.
Correct. This is
Nice.
a bucket.
We got it, guys. We got it.
Item 4. Is
Could
this
be a bucket.
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too
Hey,
much
Hobble.
for you. Thank you.
Hey,
How's it
for
going,
making
man?
me look like an idiot. Okay.
Yeah, we got it.
Hopple,
Not a,
might need
not
your
a
help
bucket.
for this bucket challenge.
we'll let Hopple answer the next one.
Is this a bucket?
Hopple, is it a bucket? Yes or no? Sure.
Sure.
I think he's just responding to her. No, it's not a bucket, he says.
Incorrect.
Oh, it
This
is a
is a
bucket.
Oh,
No explanation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Item 6.
All right.
Is this a bucket?
Is this a
Hopple.
bucket?
bucket or
That's
not?
what he says.
Fuck this game.
Is this a bucket?
This is a
Yes.
bucket.
Trick question.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Both? Both a bucket and not a bucket?
Item. Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
there isn't a both button. Correct. Okay, so is
You-
this a
you
bucket?
did-
Yes.
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
He couldn't find it.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me
That
straight,
tractor
Stanley.
was a rust
you
bucket.
believe that
Yeah.
nothing is a bucket?
I see that.
Mhm.
Do we
Very
believe
nice.
nothing is a bucket? We should just
Ooh.
commit to the bit now, right?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago, I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep
yes.
doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was
Yes.
all I ever had to begin with.
Yes,
I'm
he is
afraid
a
the
bucket.
bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets
No.
from the game entirely. Okay, here we go.
Oh, you have to hit no.
I clicked yes.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful
Buckets
to
are
get some
things that
clarity on
hold
that issue,
infinite
but it
amounts
doesn't
of
change
nothing.
the fact that we haven't got a game.
Steep.
So, tell you what,
Deep.
I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll
We're
know
just
that it's
a
all
bucket
a
of
bucket.
organs
But if
and-
you run into anyone else, maybe
Yeah.
don't mention that. Who knows what that
Bones.
information might do to a person. All right, here we go.
I hope
How many
everything
buckets- how
looks
many,
like
I was gonna say,
buckets.
how many buckets are gonna? Oh,
Must be it. So I
no
can't
other
take.
buckets.
I
How
can't
long
take
was I
the
sitting
bucket
there?
to the
Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days?
that other area.
Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Shortcuts here. We're
Perhaps he wanted to stop by
cutting
the
corners,
employee
we're
lounge
apexing
first,
around.
just to
Speed
admire it.
running, man.
Yeah, man.
Standing
Have you
now
done the
in this
auto-
incredible
use the auto
room,
run?
Stanley, for the first time,
No.
but eager to get back
Pretty
to
nice.
business,
Just hold the
Stanley
right
took the
click.
first open door on his left.
And just point. Very, very nice.
Stanley was so bad at following
Get
directions,
keys.
it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration
good.
for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you.
Okay.
To show you something beautiful.
Yeah.
Let me prove it.
Ooh, nice.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all
Only
of
one
the
left.
Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll
The other
collect the
one's
first one,
stairs.
and
I
then
think
the
it's-
first number will equal the second number, and that will
So-
be it. We'll be
If you
different
take
people
the
by then,
red
different in the
door,
sense
you'll
that
go
we
to
used
the
have
The
stair
none
stairs,
of
set.
right?
them.
Yep.
And now we have them all. You can't
Yeah,
go
I
back
think,
to when you had no
Hopful,
Figler
this is like
and
a
Marines.
game
None of
made
us can.
in the Half-Life engine, I believe, right?
Yeah, this
Uh,
was originally a
original.
Now
Half-Life
listen carefully, this is important.
Half-Life 2 mod.
Stanley walked
Yep.
through the red door.
Yeah.
So I need to go through the blue door, right? Is
No,
the-
you want to go through the red door to get to those stairs, right? Those
Well,
infinite
he want-
stairs.
He wants me to go to the red door, and I thought it was the opposite of that one.
No,
No, because it makes you come back, remember?
Yeah, but you keep going blue, and then you hit those infinite stairs. I think.
no, you go red to that
Oh,
room
thank
with
God
all
you
the.
are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that
Yeah,
it's
it was a Half-Life 2 mod, right?
I wanted to stop.
And
Yep.
then
I
move
would-
to Unity.
We would
Yeah.
Originally
so
made in
much
Half-Life
happier
2
if
and
we
then
just
moved to Unity.
Stopped.
Yeah, this is
And
an
I think,
old,
well, I think I have a solution.
game that they
Here, let me
recently
show you.
did the Unity and added a bunch of new stuff to it. It's very funny.
I like Hitchhiker's Guide with
What do we want?
trying to think of
What are we looking for?
Stranger in Fiction.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? No, wait.
Oh, that
Where are you
drywall.
going?
Not painted. I hate it.
Oh yeah, nice. Okay.
Like,
Oh no.
you've already gone that
Stay
far.
away
Why
from
don't you
those
just
stairs.
paint it?
If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
I think this is gonna be at the top. or-
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
I don't see my
Bummer.
figurine.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing. No!
Well, you can reset then.
Might take a couple jumps.
Thank God.
It's
You
an
lived.
area with a lot of
You
stairs.
had me worried there for a no.
Or it could be.
Can you go-
No,
Can
what
you
are
go back
doing,
to the-
Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Look at that crazy room.
Could just be the basement, like Eric's first guess.
Yeah,
I think it's just
yeah.
the main stairs.
I'll do another jump and then.
I was just curious if you went back, if there was like another ending that we didn't do.
Some other dialogue or something.
Mm-hmm.
Figurine. All right. I don't think this is. And Eric, do we
quickest
take the
way.
bucket or no? Oh,
Oh, new bucket.
Whoa.
and the layout's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, go back to the bucket? Oh, whoa. It just pumps you.
Hey, you're back before the meeting room.
Yeah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, let's keep up with what we got and see if we can find the last figurine. Stairs. Something to do with stairs. Guess I didn't look at. Oh. Beware the false prophet.
Collecting is sexy.
Oh, funny.
Okay. Is this some kind of game? There must be a point to this. Alright. It's gotta be this, just the stairs over here.
That's I'm thinking.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Hey! There it is.
Yeah.
The last
Nice job,
Stiggly
Eric.
Wiggly.
Look,
Savor
the
this
numbers
moment,
equal
Stanley. This
the other
is
number.
a real
The one- the
accomplishment.
first number
This
equals
is
the second
doing
number.
something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, You've insisted
I like
that
the
a job
two-
well
the two
done
sign.
is its own reward.
Yeah.
I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now
Well
we
done.
can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Ooh, what were we doing? Just messing around with the bucket.
Yeah, you should go back and get the bucket, and
I
then go down to
can't-
the basement.
I don't think I can't go back.
Yeah.
They close back.
I meant reset.
Oh, okay. Well, we can do is the elevator ending that we haven't done yet.
Go up
Where
and
you,
down.
where you just ride the elevator. See what he
Stepping
says.
into his manager's office,
2845.
Stanley was once again
Thank you.
stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't
Oh.
healthy.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he relaxed for a few
forgot.
moments with some calming new age
Oh
music.
yeah, get the new age music.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley
So
calmly
soothed.
walked forward
I'm
into
soothed.
his
So
open
soothed.
passageway.
Let's ride this elevator. Top of the hour here. Just want to say hi to any new people that are hanging out in the chat. If you don't know us, we're Video Game Rations. We're a monthly video game club. This month we're playing the Stanley Parable for August. So
Whoops.
we play a
Nope.
game on here and record a
Never mind.
podcast about it.
Stanley actually got back
Go to
into the elevator and went
videogamerations.com to
back
find
out.
all that fun
Silly
stuff.
me. Why did Stanley do that?
Feel free
when
to
he
hang out.
knew that it would
Thanks
just
for-
lead back to his boss's office. Well,
Check
that's
us
a
out.
great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Yeah, thanks. I still have smell-o-vision active.
I forgot
Okay, yeah.
about
I
smell-o-vision.
forgot about it too.
I should have done a Stanley Parable smell-o-vision.
All right, so we're back at the top here.
What is it? Just
Here we are, Stanley. It's
Hold
your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have.
What's
An
that
incisive
smell?
rapid fire of critical plot points, one after
Citrus.
the other, weaving
Ooh,
a rich
no one got it.
tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow.
I am drinking a wild
And
berry
bullshit
truly.
to the
I guess
edge
that
of
does
my
kind of have a
seat.
citrus
Yeah.
smell to it.
ooh. If you click that link that Nightbot posted, it will take you to
Incredible.
Nightbot and show you all the
Now he's
commands.
getting back into the
Oh,
elevator and
okay.
going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
I don't know how many times we have to ride this up and down, but we'll keep cruising.
I think it's like 4 times up and down.
Ooh, you got citrus
Lemon.
and lemon.
Did you think
Oh.
we were going to
This
go
elevator's
forward
a nice
down the
elevator.
spooky
Yeah, it
corridor?
smells
No.
delicious.
It does.
It's
You're
time
in like
once again
a
to go back up in the
fruit
elevator.
factory.
I can't
Actually,
even
fruit
begin to
factories
grapple
smell
with
really
what
gross,
might
so-
be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's
Oh,
office
no.
this time? The suspense is
Oh,
killing
you
me.
had to
Oh.
go one step further, Nolan.
I pushed the smell-o-vision too far.
Let me see if I
back.
can add more to it.
Oh, we gotta add more.
Oh my God. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a timeout here for a minute while I process this.
That's good. It's a Simpsons where Homer has the
Yeah.
bird do all his work.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to
Nice.
embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No, wait! No! I need more time to process.
Nice.
mean, if chat has any smells they like, I'm all ears.
Oh boy, you're really opening up a can of
All
worms, aren't you?
I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Okay. I think we proceed back down the elevator.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you
Nothing
have to
else for us
understand
to
that
do, right?
30 seconds
Yeah.
ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Sheesh. Dude's really
He gets-
grilling us.
He gets really butthurt about stuff.
Adding fresh air to the list.
Ooh. Ooh, he didn't even have a comment as we're going up. He's just ready
Yeah,
to
he's
pull
over
away
it.
on us.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go.
Good.
Isn't this so much
Needs some
more
music.
exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the
I hope he
tension?
doesn't blow my
Where's
ears
the
out right now.
trust in the audience to build a slow
Headphone-
and
give us a
nuanced
headphone warning,
appreciation
please.
for the story, the characters?
Oh man, that
Why aren't we
that
given
Adult
time
Swim
to imagine the surprises?
bumper was the
To have
worst.
to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal. This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years. And it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative
ride,
drivel
guys.
all
Enjoy
the
the ride.
time, and we all know it, which is why we're so
I do love
starved
the
for
long
content
exposition,
that
though.
makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, though I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're here.
Oh.
Okay, the room
Nice,
where we're
look at
holding
this
the press conference
fancy-
should be just around the corner here
All eyes
somewhere.
on Stanley.
That's great.
How he did it, the pyramids.
The world's
Live.
healthiest human being.
These are
All
just
tricks revealed.
these are just YouTube thumbnails.
Yeah. Should use one of these.
Yeah, we
Nolan.
should use
You
the
need-
world's-
You need the group of these. Take a screenshot.
Yeah, I
you're
do.
just sit on them for a little bit.
Here,
Yeah, let me
add
The
a
guy
little
who went to Mars.
let me
Yes.
full screen.
stream marker here for you.
Oop.
So you got it. You got what you need.
How we
You,
did
you
it.
need the other
pyramid.
angle.
Alt F1. Maybe. I might have got it. I took a couple screen caps, but
I mean, you'll have it on the.
you never
VOD.
know.
You'll have it on the
Nvidia-
VOD.
Nvidia always leaves me.
What about World
Uh,
Peace, baby?
An evening with world peace. Man.
Uh,
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
I added a marker for you, so don't worry.
Great.
Doing great. A conversation with Alexander the Great.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling
Almonds, chair,
and what it means to
gum,
craft
table,
a truly
nut bar.
unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud
Speech.
of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
Story,
weird, the
Stanley, me,
wallpaper's
dad,
like-
age 6.
Break a leg, champ. Your boss. Thanks for
Very
showing
nice.
me that cool skateboard trick.
Remember where you came from. Your coworkers. Up again, down again. The Stanley story.
He's really not letting you live that elevator situation down.
No, this is much more expanded than I expected.
So good. I do like that they show you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now do we have to do that whole thing with the bucket?
Oh,
I
I mean,
that was
you
the
don't think
elevator,
you pick
right?
the bucket?
Yeah.
You,
could-
you
you
can do
could.
the other. Yeah,
You could.
do it.
Whoa.
Where's your bucket? Oh no.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines, those figures. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it
Absolutely.
fill you to the brim with inner richness?
Yes.
Yes,
it
I
did.
know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Didn't you go here before, right?
Yeah.
This is where
In the new content.
Stanley
what does
found
they
the
s-
collectibles.
I was gonna say, what did that sign say? But
Yeah.
no one read it.
The memory zone.
Can't wait to remember.
what do we just see what's different, or do we just walk through it? Seems the same.
Do you have the figurines up there?
Zone, sweet zone? What's
Yeah.
that? That door
It's-
there?
Let's see what
we're
this
just
room
we're just in the
smells like.
memory zone. Peppermint.
Ooh, this room smells like peppermint.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible.
Oh,
Back then, we
yes.
had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain?
Oh,
We were so
are they going to
innocent.
add more collectibles?
We'll never be like that again,
That'd be great.
Stanley.
Oh, 706.
7.
I
Look at all those creepy people.
Yeah.
know. It reminds me of
really
Outer
like it.
Wilds,
Yeah.
which I need to finish
And we need to get
and
to
play that DLC.
Oh boy.
Oh.
And here
Thanks.
was a second Stan Loreen. You found this one
Stan
all on your
Loreen.
own,
Yeah.
just by poking around
Fig
in the
leaves.
warehouse. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest.
Oh no.
Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
What's he saying? I don't like the implication there.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
Bathroom, right?
Ooh.
It was the bathroom and then behind the fireplace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here in the boss's bathroom. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Is that true? Can't be
Hey,
true.
man, it's science.
Let's see,
true.
what came next?
Makes sense.
Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh, well, I can't
No.
actually say I
No,
remember
no,
being
no.
in this
Nice
room,
try.
But it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
Guess I'm just grabbing it. Uh-oh. Broke the memory.
This was the 5th mini-Stan, and this one was really something special. It was by the red and blue doors. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is
Missing one, though.
particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Oh my god.
This is good. Dude, Nolan, what are your thoughts on that page wipe effect in After Effects?
I use it all the time for making
Stickers?
stickers.
That's what I do too.
Just remove. You got to remove that gloss though.
Oh yeah. But you can dim it pretty low. Make sure the back is a solid color.
Or a texture.
Ooh, you do a texture in the back?
Oh yeah.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of
nerds.
time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything
Me and
else.
Nolan would have to make that video.
Yeah, it's true. I've almost made videos like that for sure.
Okay, these doors go into the same. This is a lot more than I expected with the figurines. I thought the figurines was going to be like a one-off gag.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final
It's,
figurine. Right here,
was
under
it
the stars.
100 times
this
more
memory
than
is
the
most
first
distinct and clear in
playthrough?
my mind. Perhaps
Yeah.
because it was the one that happened more recently than
No,
all the
double,
others.
right?
Right.
Not
Who
100
can
times. right?
truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you
Probably 'cause
picked up a
these
figly
sections
and
are
I
so much
thought to
longer.
myself, yes,
Yeah.
I think the
that's
bucket-
all
the
of them.
bucket
They're
adds a lot
all
of extra.
collected. It was a moment unlike any other, except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like. And then
You are
keep
in the
jumping.
there's one
present.
more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Oh man. That's kind of an abrupt ending for that whole thing.
No, I'm not done.
Never mind.
I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Okay. Wait, should I
Okay,
be
yes,
walking
that
backwards?
spot under the stairs. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Rewinding.
Do you have to go backwards through all of it?
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched? Yes. I
That wasn't
love
backwards, though.
video.
No.
I thought it would be backwards.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room. These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
It's the journey. It's not finding them. Ooh, let's go this way this time. Ooh, nothing. Bummer.
Nothing.
No memory.
Replace it with the pink room.
This was our second figly. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Exit. Oh. Back to Stanley Parable 2 exhibit. Jump circle.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were
Right,
originally sold
terrible
on.
new
I
content.
remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want
Can I
more,
do more jumping?
more memories.
It's not letting you. Jumps, you have 0 jumps remaining.
0 jumps. Yeah, I used them all. Bummer. All my jumps are gone.
All your jumps. You
Oh,
really blew
yes,
through them.
The 2 doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
This is back to the office.
And before everything
That's
else,
your
there was
desk.
your office.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything
What a
else?
memory.
Was there something that
What
came
a
before
memory.
your office?
Oh my
There's
gosh.
something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
We're going back to birth.
It's gonna be. It's gonna. Hopefully, it's a
Yes, I'm
screens in the
remembering
beginning.
something now. I
Oh, never
remember
mind.
before this whole story got started. Back then, I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then, somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions, he would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay,
Yeah, like
Here
the
we
end
go.
here.
this is the story of a man named Stanley.
Feels like it.
Game beaten.
What smells like lemon, Nolan?
Stanley's office.
The memories.
Okay, nice. The
Uh,
memories.
the memories. The memories
He might be
smell
having
good.
He might have having a stroke.
Oh,
All of his
that's
co-workers were
smoke,
gone.
right, or something?
What could it mean?
Burnt toast.
Stanley decided to go to
Oh,
the
yeah.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Do we want the
Ooh.
bucket?
I mean, you always want the bucket, but it changes the
Yeah, I kind of just want to see what
outcome on the second time.
But this is all new content. The figurines. was
Yeah,
new
this is
content.
all still new.
This is all post figurine, right?
Yeah.
This is all
When
post
Stanley
figurine
came
content.
to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, he said he wanted to do this with us like one more time, right? So I wonder if we just go through the motions, see what happens.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley
no broom
decided to
closet.
go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Well, last time, let's do what the narrator wants us to do. And see what.
You gonna wait till he tells you the?
No.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway.
need to.
Kill surprise.
Narrator's bored.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's-
He's had enough of us. Can you blame him?
He is doing a lot of talking.
It's true. A lot of dialogue.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I always forget about this section, which takes forever to get through this. Doesn't take forever.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
I always think I'm gonna be straight.
What
in my
horrible
control room.
secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find
I
out?
think they don't work.
What?
No, you can't use the
I can't say
command
The monitors
in a
jumped to
sentence
life, their true nature revealed.
or grouped with a
Each bore
sentence.
the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers.
Peppermint.
The
Man,
lives
we're
of
getting
so
the same
many
things over again.
individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally
Yeah,
monitored in this
improve your
place
Nightbot
where
coding
freedom
over there.
meant nothing.
I know. I think all the HTML coding I've learned over the years
This
would really
mind control
help out.
facility, it was too
Right.
horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Doesn't seem to be much
No,
here so
he
far.
refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking,
Yeah, I didn't have-
eating,
this is all
working,
new.
all of it monitored and commanded from
No,
this
it's not.
very place. And as the
I didn't
cold
get- I
reality
did
of his
this
past began to sink
ending
in,
earlier, and I didn't get the
Stanley
happy,
decided
sad
that
thing.
this machinery would never again exist.
You said it earlier when we ran through here with the bucket.
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe you don't get it the first time. Oh, you know what? I hit the power. I turned the power on. I didn't hit off.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Like,
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
tease. We
How
still don't
had
know
he
that
been
answer.
freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did
I don't know
this
if there
strange
is an
building
answer to that.
hold? As
Yeah.
sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Little parking lot over here.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Bravo. Bravo. Okay, that didn't matter.
Flyer's gone now. They've got all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. It's true. Good observation.
So I'm here.
needed to use
Man in the
the
chair.
This
Man in the
co-worker
chair.
Man in the chair,
gone.
yep.
What could it
I need to
be?
use the
Stanley decided to
bathroom real
go to the
quick,
meeting
so
room.
I'll be right
Perhaps
back.
he had simply missed a memo.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nolan,
Yo.
what are you doing after this?
Nothing.
You want
Why?
to rumble a little bit?
Ooh, okay. Sure.
I gotta get some snacks real quick.
I could rumble.
I'm gonna get some snacks.
All right.
BRB.
Okay. Snack it up. Oh. I think what he's talking about is Metaverses, that new WB game. We played a couple rounds. A couple days ago. It's pretty good. Surprisingly good, I would say. I use my keyboard though, not a controller like an idiot.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Nolan, have you had the
No matter how
cream
hard Stanley
Mexican
looked,
lager?
he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yeah, I think so. I have.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Nice.
Seems like it has like some added lemon flavor to it, like where you
Oh,
don't
yeah?
need to add the lemon. To
I
the
don't like that.
cerveza. Oh, really?
Talking about smell-o-vision?
No.
Oh. Hang on.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It was that one, wasn't it? Oh,
I think so, yeah.
dang.
What'd you do? Did you miss something?
Well, remember one time we went over this computer and it said input received and we pressed it and it hit like a little dot? I was over here and it added another one, so I was wondering if we just keep coming back to it, if it would like fill in all the...
I think they appear on different screens too, because I've had it on
other ones?
other ones.
So maybe it's on one of these other ones?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Maybe we just gotta keep an eye out for it.
Not related to the game, but I do have some snacks I can.
Oh, okay. Not teasing the podcast here. Just
No. I'll find something else.
regular old snacks.
These are some just like Costco Hello Panda snacks.
What is that?
They are
they little cookies?
made in the USA.
Brian's having a moment over there.
Just had a sneeze.
Oh, I was gonna
Good.
say he's having a moment because he snacks.
No.
PTSD from Costco
When Stanley
experience or
came
something.
to a set of 2 open doors,
Like they got a
he
little
entered the
hockey
door
player on
his
him?
left.
And a little skateboarder.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're a
Nice.
little like not wafer, but they're a little chocolate centered with a crunchy outside. I
Very
will
cool.
say not enough chocolate on the inside though. Too much outside. Too much
Hey,
weight.
we're missing the bucket.
I didn't grab the bucket, you're right.
Yet there was not a single person
missing
here
a lot of bucket
either.
content.
Feeling a wave of
Where
disbelief,
is the bucket
Stanley
content?
decided to go up to his boss's office,
Sorry.
hoping he might find an answer there.
All right, we'll go get the bucket. Your snack is you're just gonna bring coffee and donuts to the office.
Oh my god. Wait, whoa, look at the
What?
go back to that desk.
This one?
It's just a microphone.
It's a pencil sharpener.
Pencil sharpener.
Oh. But the lamp. Oh, never mind. Okay. Weird. The lamp looked like a microphone to me.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded
We've had that
message,
one around, right?
please
Yep.
terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you.
Oh, man, blew it. Whatever was going on that computer. All right,
Stanley
we got the
picked
bucket.
up the bucket
Bucket.
and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone.
I want to do the
Bucket.
confusing
Bucket
ending with the
around.
bucket.
Oh, yeah.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly
That's
to
a
his
good
chin.
one.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling
I want to
to
hear
him,
you
telling him
talk to your
that
wife.
The employee lounge was
With the
simply
bucket?
place to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
a
good
good
idea
one
too.
too.
And here it was.
We'll do
Had
the,
bucket turned out
confusing
to be correct,
ending and
was
then,
it
the
never
apartment ending.
mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left, to go back to, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Can you jump off there?
No. It's like
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley.
got the baby.
We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere.
The broom
The
closet?
bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because
I
that's
love
what
Adventure
fans
Line.
want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could
do.
make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Yes.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Did? Oh yeah, it did do that. I forgot about the silly music.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those
So
great
good.
jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Ooh. We have to give up
A bucket? No way.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Oh my god.
I think
Oh,
it'll
no.
make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was
I hate
not
this
in the
timeline.
original game, but it's such a
hate
well-fleshed
this
out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
It's
Oh
your
no,
bucket
they're
to
gonna make
destroy.
you do it.
Can you
They
guess
make you
what
do
the
it?
Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine.
Oh,
when
you're
you're
doing
ready.
it? Push it, turn it off, but
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket.
See what
Destroying
happens.
buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
the Halo music.
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much
Not
potential.
quite. A
We were
rip-off.
going to do such
That's
marvelous
good.
things with you, tell such
rip-off.
spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Bye. Bucket Destroyer.
Bucket destroyer. You were a real one.
Smells like fresh air, Eric.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Okay,
What
so
could
now
it
we gotta
mean?
grab the bucket.
Stanley
and-
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
You gonna?
simply missed a
Are you
memo.
gonna
The good old
sacrifice the bucket?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
Stanley and the bucket, off on another
Which
thrilling
was-
adventure together.
How did we get there?
It was the confusion ending.
Oh, okay.
Stanley
right,
clutched
right?
the bucket
Yeah.
tightly
Yeah.
to his chest.
And
This
then
was
down
not the
the-
correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling
just
to
talking
him,
about so
telling
many
him
endings.
that the
I forgot which one
employee
it actually
lounge
was.
was simply the place to be.
Does it tell you
And
when
here it
you?
was,
I mean, I
that the
can't see your
bucket turned
achievements.
out to
Does
be
it tell you what
correct.
ending
Was
you
it?
get?
No, never mind.
There's no achievements
No.
for
Was
the
wrong.
different endings.
Stanley
Oh, okay.
took the door on his left to go back to, and so the two of them.
I think the
detoured to
confusion
the
ending you
maintenance
said
section
like
and
he was
walked
like
straight ahead
actually
to the
said was
opposite
like
door.
this is the confusion ending or something.
Yeah, he does. Because you see, he goes
Oh, I
to
need
that
one.
one. He goes to that one room where it lays out the confusion ending, like
Yeah.
Mm.
all the steps.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Don't discount that broom
You see,
closet
your
content.
friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you
We're
very
gonna do a
much.
stream just with the baby
It's
and
this
the dog.
bucket you're
fire.
carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original
4 hours
Stanley
or
parable.
whatever.
It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter,
don't-
Stanley. Classic
believe someone
characters
would
from
do
the
that.
first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more
Get
of
my
their
50-cent
favorite
card I
jokes,
can sell
not
on
this
Steam for
bucket
someone else.
that they've never seen before. Yes, I know
Your
I'm the
achievement
one
card?
who gave you the bucket, but you're spending
I
too
like
much
the
time
trading
with
card
it.
things.
Don't
Yeah.
you want another story involving the Adventure
50
Line?
cents.
We could make
That's
the
a deal.
Adventure Line go somewhere
I've
new.
sold stuff for like
Yes,
$1
yes,
before, it's
that's
so
what
weird.
The fans want.
Hey man, those are Steam
Look at
bucks.
that wacky line.
for your-
Who knows where it'll
for your
go
Steam
off to
Deck.
next? Oh, and it played some
my
silly music as
backgrounds.
well.
My emotes. Tomorrow, Brian.
Oh my
so?
god.
Now
I don't know.
this
That's
is what the Stanley
the original
parable
days,
is
so
all
I
about.
imagine so.
Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley
I can only hope for you.
drugs and
Only
hookers.
hope.
It's as
Yeah.
classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more
Alright, we gotta
content
destroy this
exactly
bucket.
like this. But if we want to do that,
Oh, it moved
you're going to
locations.
have to give something up.
No, it's the same spot.
No, mine
Don't you
move
get it,
location.
Stanley?
Sorry.
We need to
My
get
Steam
rid of
Deck.
Oh, your Steam Deck.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new
I thought you
character.
meant the bucket destroyer.
This
No,
is
no,
the
no.
Bucket Destroyer.
Where's your Steam Deck now?
I won't say
I
that
think
on
it'll
stream. I
make a
don't want-
wonderful
Oh,
new
good.
addition to the rich lore of the Stanley parable.
Is it
just say
where it
there's
should
some,
be?
It also was not in the
let's just say
original
there's
game,
some
but it's such a
outlet malls there.
well-fleshed-out character
Okay.
with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you
So-
agree?
It's where it should be.
Can you guess
Yeah.
what the
Is
Bucket
that the main
Destroyer
spot
does?
where they?
Surely you
do all
don't
the
need me
stuff?
to spell it out for you.
I think so.
Go ahead.
It usually
now,
says
Stanley.
it's like the sorting
Say goodbye
facility
to the
or
bucket,
the
and then pop it
destination
into the
facility. I
machine when
think is
you're
what it
ready.
usually says.
Ah.
Here we go. Bye bye, bucket.
No.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket.
Then I'll let
Destroying
you.
buckets is all it knows.
Yeah.
That is its singular personality
Keep trying.
trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley
even throw it
Parable
in?
characters? Well, you see,
No.
if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer,
Wait,
you'd
go to
see
your
that its
controls.
desire to crush buckets
You think there's a throw bucket control?
May-
or something?
Maybe. I
Ooh, there
don't
might
know.
be in Stanley Parable too.
Interact, additional, same, right? Try E.
is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game
That's it.
can you even say
Hold
that
up to his
about?
face.
The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset
towards
now.
the
You'll
end,
have to
we can
hurry and
throw it
feed
in.
it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the
Throw it in
Adventure
there.
Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn
it in
bucket.
there.
Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give
Do
the
it
fans
for the
what
fans.
they want. Hurry
It's
and
the same
Do it
as
for
waiting.
us.
Bummer.
We were waiting for it.
No destroying of the bucket. Yeah.
It's all us fans wanted.
All right. We don't need to see that again.
That's weird. That's weird. You
So
can't put it in.
apartment ending with the bucket, right?
How long was I sitting there?
Oh, yeah.
Stanley
Yeah.
wondered
I
to
want to. I
himself.
want to
Minutes? Days?
see if your
Where
wife
are we
is the
going
bucket.
today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfect.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his This was not the correct way to the meeting room, But Stanley had felt the bucket
Speed
calling
running,
to him,
speed,
telling him
speed
that the
running.
employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was.
It's
had the
a good
bucket turned
employee
out
lounge.
to be correct? Well, no. never
Pretty
mind.
nice.
The
Pretty
bucket
nice.
I
was
mean,
wrong.
if it was everyone was on
Stanley
break
took
at the
the
same
door on his
time, I
left
don't think it'd be
to
that
go
great.
back to
But
the
you know,
meeting room.
Solo.
hello, yeah.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go
No.
somewhere else.
No.
Cargo lift, yes.
You can't go that way
there.
anymore?
Go to the cargo lift.
Which one? This way?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, it's still down
Just-
there.
you
Okay.
just dropped it. Yeah.
Have you
It
gone
won't
all the way to?
promises.
Have you gone all the way to the bottom level?
No, you just die, right?
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
you
wondering if
just
you can now
fall
because
to your death.
Good,
said the
platform's
bucket.
way lower.
Now ride the lift all the way to the
Son.
top. There's
Hey,
something
so-
up there I need you to do.
Still gotta be like
Stanley
40
did not
feet.
question why or how this bucket was
Well,
speaking
there's
to him.
no.
It
You should
should
try
have alarmed him, of
sometime see
course,
if you can
because
jump.
buckets can't talk. But
Not
Stanley
right now.
chose
Want
not
me
to
to
think
jump?
about
Onto
this.
the
You want me to
No,
jump?
no, no.
He was
No.
very
You want me to
convinced
jump
that
up?
the bucket had something, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket
I'll
asked.
do it, man. I'm crazy.
The bucket's telling you to do all sorts of things.
Yeah.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Somebody go in here.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
So we're just
Pick up
doing
the
what
phone,
the bucket
and
says,
it will
right?
take us back home,
Yeah.
where we
Yeah.
can go about.
I hope it's not the same. Oh, that's bright.
This is the sad story of a man named
Oh.
Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Is it in here? Hello, bucket. Hello. I
What's
like.
the?
I just. I can't read the whole thing. Is it in here?
Stanley's apartment smells like fireworks.
Oh, there's the bucket.
Oh,
Was it sitting there?
I guess so.
Or did
I'll
it
have
just
to. I'll have to roll it back.
press Y to take me to work with you?
The Stanley
Oh, yeah.
Parable Reassurance
Aw.
Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head. Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't
It's
you be
not there
concerned
now.
as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but
I think
don't
it's
know
just- I
how
think it's
can
just showing
convince
up
him.
places.
I don't know if he'll
Yeah, I
listen
think-
to me.
I don't think we missed it, but we
Because
may.
this is where you're hitting the
Try
buttons on the
anyway.
computer, right?
Stanley,
Right, yeah. The
can you
apartment.
hear
yeah.
me? Listen
It's
to
like
me.
it fills
It's
in.
just
your-
a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else. You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time, it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and
box
listened
there?
to. Now all
It's
he
on
cares
the
about is his
oven.
awful bucket. This stupid hunk of
Here.
metal.
Yeah. To ignore anyone in your life except me.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it. Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid.
Definitely more
Like it would be
capable.
better at moving an amount of water from one room to
I can
another.
see it moving a lot of liquid.
Seen it before.
Oh my God, what am I
Ooh,
saying?
the shadow.
Better at
Yeah.
carrying water from
Beautiful.
room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Because it has our name on it.
Oh no. I'm having feelings. For the bucket. Oh, no.
Bedroom.
What's going on? Why do
no.
I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything
boy.
it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less
This is a nice
confusing.
little
Yes.
apartment.
The
Yeah.
bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
Close your eyes. Wow.
Did the bucket just kill the narrator?
Okay, that was an ending.
Huh.
It's a
The
wild one.
meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Okay, what else should we do
Never
with
be
this
alone
bucket?
again. I want to see if you can go below that lift area.
Oh, okay.
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket,
idea.
a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Not
But
the correct
Stanley
way.
had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the
I
employee
feel like Stanley
lounge
would
was
be a
simply
tuck
the
and roll
place to
type of
be.
guy.
And here it was.
What do you
Had
mean?
the
I
bucket
think you
turned
could-
out to be correct?
I think you
Was
can make
this
the
no-
leap.
Never mind.
Oh,
The
I
bucket
see. I
was
see.
wrong. Stanley took the door
What-
on his
what
left
makes you think
to
that
go
about
back
Stanley?
To the meeting room.
I don't know.
Like all he did was sit in his
No.
office and press the
Said the
same
bucket.
button over and over
Don't
again.
go to the
Yeah.
meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes.
There's
go
nothing
there.
that
Go
tells
to the
me
cargo
Stanley
lift.
is,
So
some
what?
sort of
Yeah.
drop down from like here onto the.
Yeah. One of those.
But Stanley feared
Yeah,
that any
alright.
path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket,
Oh,
his dearest friend.
dearest friend.
So he threw
To
himself
get a
to
new
his
dialogue.
death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
To get that.
right.
What else we got? What do you got, Noel?
We gotta go under
How long was I sitting there?
down into the
Stanley wondered to
car-
himself.
the
Minutes?
carport below
Days?
the your
Centuries?
boss's
Did
office.
something
With the
crucial
bucket?
happen
Carport.
while my
With the
senses-
bucket, yeah.
The embrace of an old friend, a weathered companionship that stands the test of time. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door. on
There's
his
also
left.
the escape. We can try to escape with the bucket.
The escape. Which one's
Yeah,
that?
like when
oh,
you head towards the control room.
Stanley
you
needed
can
the
go
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
left.
yeah.
warmth and comfort now
And that's
more
where
than
like the
ever.
museum
Perhaps
was.
his
The museum
boss's
is?
office
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
where he'd
we
find
should do that one
answers.
too. Yeah.
Oh, we did that, right? The broom closet
Yeah.
with the bucket. I was like,
Coming to the
not
stairs,
put it up anymore.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley.
I think all this dialogue's
Maybe,
the same,
he
right?
thought to himself.
Yeah, this has been
maybe I
all the
am
same so
crazy.
far.
He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked
Got
the
bucket.
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 The
cop,
bucket
cop.
returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these.
Ask you to look at your feet.
He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket?
Has
This
your
is all
sticker on it.
terribly wrong.
Some
Surely no good would come from this.
Hans
Who
Zimmer
knows
type
what
music
sorts of
going on right
bizarre
Where'd your bucket go?
hallucinations Stanley
Yeah.
might experience
no.
without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Oh, where?
Stanley! Stanley, it's me! The bucket!
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket.
Whoa,
after
look at all the
next.
buckets.
None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to
Where's
me,
your bucket?
Stanley! Find me!
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from.
Inside.
The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful.
Oh no. It's
Stanley
gonna be like an
doubled over
alien
in agony
situation
and
with a
blacked
bucket
out.
bursting out of our chest.
Mhm.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
So that's basically
Oh,
the
yeah.
same.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed,
Except the
picked
bucket.
up her bucket of
think the
comfort and
bucket's
security,
involved?
and walked to her
Oh, yeah,
place of
she's-
work.
Yeah.
He's got the
Hold it.
bucket.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course, he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him.
Ah, Stanley.
Perhaps he didn't even
Gotta
realize
take
the
bucket.
he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself. My life kicks ass.
Heck yes.
And she backflipped all the way to work.
Real life kicks ass.
Yeah,
She backflipped all the way to work. Nice.
it's a good one.
That is a good one.
Oh, it's an okay one. Some of the other ones were more developed. I'm gonna give that an okay rating.
Yeah.
All of his
Um,
co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office.
You gonna
is
go
it?
to the
Which one
It
did we
says
say
Stanley's
next?
the
bucket made
escape
Stanley
one?
want to be a better man and a
Oh, yeah.
better co-worker.
Thank you.
In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Have you gone to the bathroom with the bucket?
Mm,
I guess you got
No
the,
one was
the
here.
piece.
Stanley needed the bucket.
Yeah, but we didn't have the bucket at the time.
More than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Check it
Coming
out.
to a staircase, Stanley
I
and the
think it
bucket
locks
walked
you out, though,
upstairs to
doesn't
the
it?
boss's office.
No. I think you go. It doesn't close right away.
Oh, that's right. We're going all the way to the end, anyways.
right. Yeah, it's just about the same.
I think you can go back out. Oh. Never mind.
Also, we haven't. Oh,
Oh. That's new?
Have we gone this way?
No.
no.
I couldn't go. I couldn't even go. Oh.
Oh.
So I have gone this way,
Yeah.
How do you go this way, though?
but I don't know. It just was like unlocked
It
once.
eventually. Maybe
Yeah.
after a certain amount of loops or something.
Nice. Stanley.
The Stanley. Maybe this one opens up after you do the elevator ending.
Maybe. I will say I rode this thing for this was the I mentioned last time that I got on an elevator and I just rode it for like 5 minutes
Yeah.
and nothing happened. This is exactly what this place was.
Okay.
It just has like a really good song playing. Unless you can make it go down. Like I only clicked it once.
It doesn't even go up.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't go anywhere. It's like an elevator simulator.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, it's raining.
Yeah.
Oh.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotion, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
The bucket knows.
Yes, this is certainly
Bucket.
the most logical
Bucket
explanation.
always knows.
It's only 10 o'clock.
10:07.
Man, feels like we've been playing for like 3 hours.
Just 2.
Not a negative. It just feels later than it is.
The other ending that we could do is turning the mind control device on
Oh yeah,
with the bucket.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Stanley and the bucket
Maybe
walked
you can,
straight ahead through the large door
Put the
that
bucket on the
read
explosion.
Mind Control Facility.
Escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death. The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still
we
had
ever walk
every
back?
opportunity to turn around
Oh,
and get back
oh, we
on
never
track.
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Oh yeah. Forgot about this one. Got a long ride.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere.
Oh, come on.
Farewell,
We like the
Stanley.
bucket, don't we? We're friends with the bucket.
We all love the new bucket content.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was
Aw.
crushed violently to death.
Oh. A Stanley parable.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest.
We got a bucket
It was
museum.
a glorious bucket to behold.
The bucket. Welcome to the grand exhibit. You are standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like the bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within a cavernous void. But through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn here out with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were in ignorance and darkness?
I do like the darkness.
That's deep.
Mm-hmm.
This is a deep bucket exhibit. Look at all these buckets.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for
25
his own?
buckets.
Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you
Greatest
see that
number
the
of buckets
bucket
ever
is
captured
far
on
more
camera?
noble than Stanley will ever be
The
in his
photographer
short
experienced
life?
catatonic shock for several weeks as a result of the euphoria from exposure of this many buckets at once. That's more than 25 buckets. Right? Am I missing something? It's way more.
A lot of buckets.
It's a
I
lot
think
of
that's
Way more.
the point, Brian. That's
Hmm?
the point. That's the point.
Oh. A bucket with two handles. The bucket is depicted as having two handles. Such a design has never been created in real life, having been deemed too dangerous and recklessly experimental. Every year, dozens are put to death just for attempting it. Trying to think if I've ever seen or used a bucket with two handles.
I feel like I've had a bucket with two handles.
I wish my bucket had two handles.
I think I've had one with like a small. What about the wait? Is a shopping basket, is it the same as a bucket?
No, it's got holes in
No.
it.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've had a bucket that had like a similar type of two-handle situation I met in the middle.
I do have a good 2-bucket handle situation.
A 2-bucket handle? Your handle
Or-
has two buckets?
No. I put 2 buckets together, and I can't get the buckets apart, so now I have 2 handles.
Oh,
Is it
yeah.
is it the Home Depot?
Yes.
I can't get them
Once?
apart.
But
I
that's-
step on the sides of them and kind of like try and get them apart, but
um,
the design's not good. You know what? 2 handles, not worth it.
I think if you flip it upside down and you like just have the lip on the ground and hit it on the ground, I think you'll knock that top one loose.
Is this like a TikTok home hack that you're
Yeah, it
telling me?
sounds like it
Yeah. I get all my home hacks from TikTok.
from TikTok.
Inferno Bucket, a replica of the Inferno Bucket, which in the medieval era was so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control of it. Billions died, and yet in spite of it all, the simple fact remains: no one can control a bucket.
Nolan, are you watching Wellington Paranormal?
Yes. I think I've watched all the episodes so far.
The cooling, the jacket, the cool jacket?
I don't think I saw that one.
Okay. It reminds me of the Inferno Bucket.
Um,
Ooh, look at
Nice.
that.
nice.
Ooh.
Cave painting?
Yeah,
Some
the bucket. Cave drawing. While we know that buckets predate the existence of mankind, we do not know by how long. This cave drawing depicts early man's discovery of the practical uses of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures. Nice.
Good music.
Yep.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Ooh, what's in there? The hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance, inevitability, is for our own good. Ooh. we're
Oh,
going in
can
this
you
hole.
jump into the hole?
Oh, we're going in the hole.
Is it the bucket?
Oh, wait. We're not going in the hole.
Whoa!
What just happened?
I clicked the bucket.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
Oh.
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine.
Oh, what?
Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The
She's
bucket
pro
shall take
bucket.
its place as ruler, as leader,
Pro
as
bucket.
commander
I mean,
of
I'm
a
pro
new
bucket at this
world, a new vision.
Yeah, same.
I'm
Oh.
convinced.
That was you and the bucket.
That was me in the bucket.
I am surprised she let the bucket die too.
Yeah. Well, the narrator doesn't really have any control, right? Or, yeah, I guess there's narrator control.
Oh, they make all sorts of decisions.
That's true. As Eric mentioned, it's the top of the hour, so I just want to give a little shout out
All
to
of his
if there's
co-workers
anybody
were
new
gone.
hanging out in the
What
chat.
could it
Welcome
mean?
to the stream.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting
We're
room.
Video Game
Perhaps he
Rations,
simply
a
missed a
monthly
memo.
video game club podcast. On Twitch, we play our game of the
No
month,
matter
which
how
for
hard
the month
Stanley
of
looked,
August, we're
he
playing
couldn't find a trace
the
of his
Stanley
co-workers.
Parable Ultimate Deluxe Edition.
Ultra deluxe.
Oh, sorry, Ultra Deluxe.
Ultra.
Ultra. I said Ultimate. My bad.
The TSPUD, as I call it.
Yeah. You can go to videogamerations.com and find our podcast and all of our other socials and stuff. And thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, everyone.
Yeah, drop the.
While I was playing,
bucket
Not everyone
and
is so lucky to have a
killing
bucket,
the
but
power
Stanley
to the
is a
thing,
very
right?
lucky
That's what
fellow.
we're doing.
Very lucky indeed.
I
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly
when I
to
was
his
when I was
chest
playing
and entered
Nightfall,
the door on his left.
I didn't put the subtitle in. I put like wacky horse racer or
Still no
something,
one was here.
Yeah.
and then I couldn't
Stanley
remember the
needed
name of the
bucket's
game
warmth and
like the
comfort
entire
now
time.
more than ever.
Nice.
Perhaps his
So-
boss's office was where he'd find out. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Here we go.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Sheer luck.
Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Haven't done this before.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes. This is certainly the
Eric,
most
you doing all right
logical
there in the chat?
explanation.
No, I'm not. Is it commands with an S?
Yeah, I think it's commands.
I was trying to get the social one when you were plugging it. Links.
Links.
Mm,
Right, links.
I wonder if you can set it up so it does both.
I don't know. I mean, you could probably just duplicate the command and
Yeah.
just
Stanley and the
change
bucket walked straight ahead through the
I'll do
large
that
door
now.
that read Mind Control Facility.
No, I'm not doing all right.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed
Struggling.
with television screens. What
We can
horrible
pause the game
secret
if you
did
wanna
this place
talk about it.
hold? Stanley
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
No,
bucket
no.
Let's get serious
If
here.
you wanna-
No. The art's really speaking to me. I think that's it really I
both
opened
wondered
my
to
eyes.
themselves.
What does it all mean?
The bucket
would-
museum.
I wish I had a bucket right now.
I thought with the bucket stuff, there might just be like, you know, a
Monitors
couple new
jumped
lines of
to life,
dialogue, but I'm
and Stanley
very
nearly dropped the bucket in
impressed
shock.
by how much they expanded
Everyone
on.
in the office
most
Yeah.
was
of it.
being videotaped,
Yeah.
monitored like guinea pigs.
You know, I'm just
Bucket had never seen
spitballing
anything
a
like this,
a
and it
snack
very
for the
nearly
snack
burst into
corner,
tears as Stanley
but a
cradled it gently,
bucket of
reassuring
chicken
it
I was gonna
that
say,
could be
oh,
real good.
Gonna say, are we all eating out of buckets? But yeah,
Was the
Or,
bucket under
what
the
other
mind
bucket
control
snacks are there?
facilities influence
bucket of
as well?
popcorn.
Had the bucket been told
Yeah,
to do
yeah.
things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do?
Snack
or
I mean,
not want
bucket?
to
You
do in
could,
the
you could
first
serve
place?
anything in a bucket, really.
These questions
Yeah.
raised furiously
Instead of a snack cup, it's a
Stanley's
snack
mind.
bucket.
Bucket
Spaghetti?
of chowder.
A bucket of spaghetti.
No! He screamed into the bucket.
There's bucket
He
of
couldn't
chowder,
accept it.
right? I think
His
it's like
own
a-
life in someone else's control.
With
Never!
the
He
a bunch of
squeezed the
Coronas in a bucket.
tighter. His
Oh.
one friend
You get
in
beers
the
in a
entire
bucket?
World.
Beer in a
At this
bucket?
point, he
Yeah,
could
it
trust
has
no
the
one
ice and it's usually
except
cheaper.
for the bucket.
If you buy a bucket of beers. That's a good point. What about a bucket of wings?
But here was the proof. The
There we
heart
go.
of the operation. Controls
commands are
labeled with
operational.
emotions.
Nice.
Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored
so
and
we're gonna turn
commanded
the
from
power
this very place.
On.
As the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would... But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed
Ooh,
the
the bucket
button to
did it.
turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket
The
have
evil
betrayed him
bucket.
like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in
I wouldn't blame
disgust
the
when
bucket.
suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous
Look is
screen.
innocent. Oh, nice.
Silly birds.
Silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
Oh my god.
Ooh, which bird are you gonna pick?
Flamingos. It's just
Very
it's
nice.
just a slide.
Stanley
Oh, yeah.
flipped through one video
Yeah.
of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him.
Flamingos.
This
are quite
wasn't
silly.
a mind control facility at
Like an
all.
Amori you got?
It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions.
Oh my god.
Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius
kind of
in his
bird is that?
hands. The one who had pointed him towards this incredible
No idea.
discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent
Fresh
the
cut
rest of
grass
their
again.
lives
That
here
makes
in
sense,
this
though,
place,
for birds.
flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life
like
could have
normal
Those
taken,
look like they're
this
crying.
one was surely the
They're
best.
little like weird feathers.
And
Oh,
Stanley
yeah.
was happy.
Oh,
Whoa.
real weird toucan.
Stanley was happy. He's happy to just look at the silly birds.
Wow. That was a good
ending.
shock. Yeah.
All right. Okay,
there's
what about
all
the
of his
ending
coworkers
where
were
you
gone. What could
unplugged
it
the
mean?
phone?
Stanley
Okay.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, I was gonna say there is the one with the doors, but that's the no bucket zone, right?
It takes a
Yeah.
lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded onward.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
It seems
This
like you
was
can't
not
ever
the
get back
direct
to the
way
new
meeting room.
new content,
But
right? 'Cause
Stanley
it
had
doesn't
felt
have
the
that.
bucket calling to him.
I think
telling
your
him
new
that the
content it
employee
out.
lounge was simply the place to be.
I've explored.
And here it was. Had the
Well, I'm
bucket
still in
turned
the
out
new
to be
content, I
correct?
guess.
Was this no? Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left
we
to
did
go back to the meeting room.
Everything over there.
Did you go all the way straight? You did
yeah,
the
it
looping
just
one?
yeah, it just goes back to the
No,
Said
Yeah.
the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
I like the bucket.
carpet.
No.
Yes, go there. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
You know what
Stanley
it
did not
sounds like?
question
He's
why
doing
or
like
how this
a
bucket
book
was
on
speaking.
tape,
It should have
voices.
alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't
which is
talk.
like my favorite
Stanley
growing up
chose
is
not to
like
think
listening
about
like
this
Lord of the
obvious
Rings and
fact.
someone doing
He
all
was
the
firmly
voices.
convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Frodo walks into the Shire,
Yep.
and then they'd be like, "I am
In here,
Gandalf."
Said the bucket.
It's like the
Go
same
into this
person.
dark room over here.
Stanley
Yeah,
once
that's how I
again
listened to the
obeyed
Game of
blindly.
Thrones stuff.
Now pick up the phone.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you
Oh,
unplug
nice.
the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
Stanley.
Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch
boy.
to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is.
Oh, nice. We get a
Oh,
video?
yeah.
It's
Yes.
sitting right here. Let's take a look.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the
With
funny.
the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how
Data.
rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence, and will very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble
Look at the
cause,
legs.
just as
It's
our
upright.
children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Wow.
Hey,
Good.
goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So, with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the 2 doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Hope he states his
Oh.
name. Tells us the joke.
You did go backwards when you unplugged the phone last time too.
Do you?
I can
Yeah.
feel it. This
Oh,
time,
yeah.
I'm really going to nail the delivery.
Right.
You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous.
I wonder if you could
absurd.
bail
What
out
a
now.
Hilarious concept.
Oh, no, 'cause the walls
king
are up.
of
No, it's all
comedy.
gated
That's
off.
what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley. The bucket spoke. The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink
This
things.
is great.
Back to the office.
Better be a good
No,
joke.
you go back to this room.
Yeah.
Remember, he like
Here we
tells
go.
you.
You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land, or not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the 2 doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Go right again.
Yeah.
You're missing your other sticker on your bucket.
I know. I just
Oh,
noticed that
yeah.
too. Yeah. How are you supposed to know if it's a bucket or
We're
not?
back at the phone already. No.
Same, right? Oh yeah,
Here
I
we
do
go.
remember this. It
You
gets
ready?
shorter and shorter.
When
yeah.
Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
I wonder if it'll be like boarded up like it was last time.
What? We're back at the phone already? No.
No.
All right, I
Here we
guess.
go.
One more cut off.
You
Go
ready?
left then.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison.
There you
yes.
Fail.
Wait, let me try that again, Stanley.
Good.
I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No, still not. Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame.
Pale with she.
Pale.
Don't you get it, guys?
What's another word to describe a bucket?
Oh, I get it.
Stanley, this bucket is so
Based on the
mental.
work
I
of the
think
Stanley
I saw
Parable
it
in
playing
2013.
guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good
I
at
think the
these
narrator
jokes.
misses something pretty.
I need more
I'm Dunny with the
inspiration
funny.
videos.
Yeah,
it's true.
Nailed
know.
it.
Will make
Nailed
me
it.
Latino comedy again.
We are
More
Dunny with the funny.
instructional videos. Let's see.
Great timing, yeah.
Now that's comedic timing.
Yeah. Okay.
We watched the video.
We did watch the video.
I know.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check.
He probably didn't have his hand in the air either.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
true.
At the 15-degree angle.
So the thought of total solitude
What
was terrifying
else
to him.
do we need to do with the buckets? What have we missed?
You went to the toilet, didn't do anything.
Yeah, maybe the room wasn't at the right temperature. 76 or 78 degrees?
The narrator was definitely not standing close enough to Stanley either.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
Oh man, I don't know. What else? I think we've done.
Can we look it up? I can.
Yeah, I mean, we can look up some ones that we haven't done. Quiz show, art game, space.
Press conference. No, we have not. How do we do that?
We did the press conference.
Did we?
It was the elevator one, right? We didn't do that. Did we do that with the bucket? Where you ride the elevator multiple times?
Oh, we didn't do the elevator with the bucket.
No, we didn't. Yeah, we
Okay.
did it with.
Cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace.
Yeah,
The
we did.
elevator. We didn't do that with the bucket.
Assertive, yet compassionate.
So, yeah.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his
We-
left.
Missed the elevator one last time, and we did that, but we didn't have the bucket. So
Still
we can
no one was here.
go back and do that with.
Stanley needed the bucket's
you go in
warmth
the
and
vent
comfort
with
now
the bucket?
more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
The
Coming
only
to a
event one we
staircase,
did
Stanley
was
and
the
bucket
one
walked
with the
upstairs to the
collectibles.
boss's
I don't.
office.
We didn't find the vent one the first time through.
Stepping into
Pre-new
his manager's
content.
office, Stanley was
If that
once
makes
again
sense.
stunned to discover not an indication of
I
any
did see
human
that.
life.
I always click
Crushed
it.
by the weight of this revelation,
Quick,
Stanley
quick,
had
quick.
broken down into
Quick.
an emotional
clicked too
dumpster
fast.
fire. If not, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
We didn't find
Was
the vent
bucket guiding him?
pre bucket,
Yes. This is certainly
Pre-bucket.
the most logical
but I did see
explanation.
that it exists. I just don't know where it is.
Thanks for popping in, Paznik, by the way,
Yeah, thanks.
and for the follow.
Oh yeah, appreciate it.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Hopefully, I'm saying your name right. But
A
Cheers,
lover
like
of
five-
Stanley
five
Parable.
times.
Nice.
Stanley said to the bucket.
This is
"Can we
all
go
our
back up?"
first
When I was
experience
pressing
with
those
it, so-
keypad buttons, there was something very
Well,
intriguing about the
Nolan
number
played it
3.
way back
I
in
want to go
2013,
back so
but-
I can try pressing the number 3 again.
he's the original content
Bucket
boy.
said nothing.
That's true.
Half-Life 2 mod. I played it at work instead of working.
You did this instead of work.
Yeah. It
Here
was
we are, said Stanley.
the
Now
most
I'm going to
meta
try
way
out
of
that
playing
number 3
Stanley
button.
Parable.
He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over. Well, he said, the number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life.
a good
Stanley
button.
looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
Three's a
had it
terrible,
up with the
terrible
number
number, anyways. Yeah.
Asnick, did you get the 10-year achievement?
Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Or the
4-hour baby game?
the baby.
Oh yeah.
Because I need to wait 10 years. Yeah.
Yes.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand
when
how
was
much
that-
the
when
number
did
3
when did they
means
drop
to
that
me.
10-year
You
thing?
and I have been
When they
through
first
so
dropped the
much
game?
together, and I just
don't know.
want you to see what I see. Feel the
Probably the
happiness I
original
feel.
Steam release.
He smiled at the
You
bucket.
played the
And
you
bucket
played the
said,
4-hour baby game? Very
Dang.
nice.
Wow.
I was thinking about maybe setting up some sort of
You need a bird that clicks.
I know, I need it. Yeah, exactly. I need to get one of those little toy bird dunker things.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number
Concerto.
3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told
Oh.
stories through
Yeah,
the
no one
number
was trying to
3,
do that.
Stories of his dreams and hopes and fears.
I forgot.
And the whole time, he looked to his bucket
Next
for
Tuesday.
a reaction of some kind.
Next Tuesday, I'm getting
Anything
that
to let him
achievement.
know
So
that
you're
the
just
bucket
logging on and
appreciated
shooting
what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
Bucket turning us down. How cruel.
I mean, you get your sticker back.
Stanley and the
bucket.
bucket
Oh, yeah.
were so
Yeah, it's
You know it's a
close. They'd
bucket.
always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate
Yeah.
the whole way
That's a
down
good
the
call.
elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket. To
Yeah, I
communicate
tried to see if
fully
they were
with his
selling,
dear friend. Surely there was
the
a solution,
collectibles
mustn't there be?
as merch. And they were
Pretty
selling
good.
the soundtrack, which is nice.
I want to get that Stanley Parable elevator music as my ringtone.
Ringbacks, remember those?
I don't remember ringbacks.
It was
What
when
is
you had,
that?
like when you called somebody and it played live, like real music instead of like a
Ooh.
ringtone.
Ah, said Stanley.
Nice.
I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the
There we
public
go.
on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it.
Can't
Then
not
the
think
bucket
of
would
the
be able to see his joy through the eyes of
rehearsal now.
others. It would
I
get
know.
to see
Numbers.
the
The
world
numbers, what do
react
they
to
mean?
this discovery of Stanley's.
Oh yeah.
And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would
Crash my
finally
Scion at 100
understand
miles an hour.
Stanley's work. For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building
the same
excitement
signs?
around it, developing and rehearsing it until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day
World
arrived,
Peace Baby.
Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever
that
been
one wasn't
for
there.
anything in his life.
Oh, it was there.
The sentient machine. Oh,
Yeah, I don't think you looked at it.
Staged. 3-3.
This was it. One
Yeah, I
last
mean, that's all
chance
different.
to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
The dude who came up with pizza. Nice. Meet and
Lord-
greet
what's
with
the Lord one say?
It says the Lord meet and greet. There might be something else down there. Can't quite see. Featuring
Yeah, I can't read the bottom.
featuring keynote speaker the Lord meet and greet.
A true hero of the world.
I hope the pizza man, right?
There was no one here.
Oh no.
Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over.
The notes.
He was
Why are there
unloved,
feet marks? You don't have feet.
uninteresting. He was a failure. And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant.
Oh, sad
They
story.
spoke
Aw.
less and less,
Yeah, this is a
neither
dark
wishing to state the
ending.
obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Damn. That's some good bucket content.
I'm done with the funny. You should have ended every chapter with that.
You're done. We're done with the funny.
Done with the
Escape
funny.
pod ending. No, wait.
Already this was uncomfortable,
Oh,
and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he
I
felt
don't know
safe
this
in,
one.
that he would never leave it again.
We
in
have
his
not done it.
life.
There's an escape pod somewhere.
Really?
Yeah. Eric, do you want
Is
to
it
look
the
it up
escape
and
ending?
walk us through? It's called the escape pod ending.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Tricky.
Yeah.
You need to go to the boss's office, but not enter.
Okay, so exit Stanley's office. at
Do you
two
take the
doors.
bucket? Or is this pre-bucket content?
Well, we can do pre-bucket and then do with the bucket. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When Stanley
Yeah,
came
because
to
you
a
can go in
set
the
of two
office.
open
You can go
doors,
in the
he entered
yeah.
Oh,
Go
the
in the
door
front
on
door.
his left.
Hasnick said do it with the bucket.
Oh. Okay. We'll do it.
Yeah, so it's like you can go to the bathroom and then the door like closes when you go past it.
All of his
You just go
co-workers were
kind
gone.
of come back out
What
of the
could
door.
it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
Stanley's bucket, the only co-worker he would ever truly need.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, but are we talking about the boss's office or up the stairs? I think
Yeah, so go up the
Eric's talking
stairs.
about
Oh,
up the
no one
stairs.
was
Go
here.
up the stairs.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now
So you can do this
more than
ending with
ever.
or without
Perhaps
the
his
bucket.
boss's office
we get
was
different
where
endings.
he'd find. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay.
So do it slowly. Enter, and I think you have to come back out. Enter slowly. Quickly step back when they begin to close. Okay, so you have to like kind of time it when it's closing.
Paz
But-
says it's the
Yeah.
it's the two doors outside
yeah,
the boss's
that's
office.
That's not the boss.
Oh, okay.
This is the boss's office.
Yeah. I think you just probably just inch. Do like this.
Stepping into his manager's office,
Ah.
Stanley was once again
Okay. But that's the right. That's the right.
Yeah.
thing,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Is Stanley without
So do
the
I-
bucket really Stanley at all? No.
Okay. Also, without the
No,
bucket, it's the
surely
same,
not.
but without the final part. Okay.
Stanley clutched
Good
the
to know.
bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Was I doing that right though? Like I want to creep that far in, and then as soon as it starts closing, run back through.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever.
Yeah, just
Perhaps
as quickly
his
step
boss's
back.
office was where he'd find
when they
answers.
begin to
Coming to a
close.
staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs
Okay,
to
so
the
step
boss's
back,
office.
so not like okay.
Can you do it like going forward like that?
Yeah, I'm sure I can.
Probably like a. Count the grain on the
Stepping
floor.
into his manager's office, Stanley was
Oh,
once
you
again
almost had it. It looks like you're like standing on the wall.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
As Stanley lifted his bucket, he felt a connection to all buckets
We can
everywhere.
count steps if we have
This
to go
adventure,
there.
he decided, was for all.
was
Stanley
close.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his
Oh,
left.
You
one
need to
step
take, like,
beyond
one
the
step
doors.
behind.
Okay.
And then go back.
Okay, so they don't need to be like closing.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his
Ooh, you
boss's
got broom
office
closet.
was where he'd find out.
Open
Coming to a
and ready for ya.
staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay. Beyond the doors and back in. Beyond the doors and back in. Okay.
Ooh, you're like
Now what?
so
Oh,
close.
oh, I see, I see. Like that, and then.
I like this quick.
Stepping in.
There you go.
Nicely done.
Now what?
Okay.
Nice.
The narrator goes completely silent, indicating that he may or may not be trapped inside the room. And unable to progress, Stanley must backtrack through and reassemble the office until he reaches his own.
Have to reassemble?
Yeah.
Backtrack.
So just backtrack. There's an employee number 428 office that will be revealed.
Trap the narrator. Later, dude.
Thanks for the tips, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
I feel like we've done a good amount of them too.
We've
we're like-
done a good amount of them. We're 28.
There you go. Yep.
You are now leaving. Escape pod bay, floor 760. Nice. There's the pencil sharpener desk. We're just climbing up, huh?
I get to that pod.
Stanley really needs a stamina bar going up all these stairs.
No, we do not. We don't need to slow down
Need,
progress.
Read how many steps he's been at the office.
I want survival elements in this game. He's
Oh,
got to
man.
drink water from like a water cooler.
He's got
Go
to
to-
he's got to go get he's got to avoid candy from someone's desk.
Yeah.
Getting dark.
We don't need to slow down the progress. We have the narrator for that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very true.
I
Very
agree.
true.
Someone explaining their kids' drawings on their cubicle.
Oh. So rudimentary. Oh no.
Oh, your bucket.
We letting the bucket escape? Shh.
Damn. This place can't contain the bucket.
No, certainly not. The original one, it ends without this sequence. Okay. So there's
I was
just
gonna
like
say you should
the
try and
escape
just
hatch,
run it.
and there you go.
Run it super quick without it, or
Nah.
Sounds like it's pretty
That's
much
the
the
gist of
same,
it.
just without the.
All of his co-workers were gone, What could it mean?
What else do we
Stanley
got
decided to
in
go
that
to the
list
meeting
there,
room.
Eric?
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let me.
Do you
No
know
matter how hard Stanley looked,
what
he couldn't
the
find a trace of his co-workers.
input numbers are on the
Oh, in the
Have you
ending?
gone
on the
out?
computer monitors? Have you gone out of boundaries?
Oh my goodness.
Is
No.
that when you are in the like wilderness area?
Oh, where you go to like the different games and stuff?
Yeah, the game ending.
Mhm.
Go to desk 434. 2, 433, 434. Yeah.
So there's a bottom of the mind control glitch we have not done.
Climate.
Climate.
Okay. You've climbed. Oh my.
Ooh. Nice.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized
Damn.
it was part of the game's design all along.
Nice.
He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not.
Oh my
In fact,
goodness.
I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other options
Agreed.
so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Yes. Yeah. All right.
Man, there's so many glitches in this game.
Yeah.
Just looking up a bunch of them.
Glitches like that are game mechanics or
No,
Just-
they're like kind of endings.
oh good.
So you can like open the closet door and not go in it, and then do
Hi,
the escape
Stanley.
pod ending.
I just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of
that one.
sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call. if there's
Replacement bucket.
Thanks, sweetie. See you.
After launching it.
Oh nice.
wow.
Cheers, passing. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the extra endings. We appreciate it. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's good. So if we got like 4 minutes, I don't know.
Yeah, probably just queue up a raid and call
Yeah, I
it an A+ stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
You can do that ending
And
also
try
with the
not
bucket.
to lose this one too, you dolt.
Oh, we got to do it now.
Yeah.
This will be a good ender.
Yeah.
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self.
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret,
and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger. Of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket!
To
That's
this,
Stanley's
the
voice?
bucket
That also
furrowed
sounds
its
like the
brow.
Bucket voice.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as
Gambhorata.
payback for the sacred
Gambhorata.
amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
Whoa.
Whoa.
My
Does
Oh,
seem like
no.
it's-
Stanley, you did it. You saved us from the bucket.
We
Thank
killed
God
the
you
bucket.
already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
Wow.
Don't touch that bucket.
Wow.
Whoa.
That was a good one.
Bravo.
We're rid of the bucket. Finally.
Let's go see what is on
I
the-
can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all
Gambora
just laugh and laugh at the time
It's
I
pretty
thought
dangerous. Be
everyone had gone
careful.
missing.
Yeah, seriously. Are there
Nice.
more Gambora endings? Do you know of? I'm just curious. Besides, like the one where you, like, what was it? When we tried to when we tried to leave with the bucket. Is that the one that
Yeah, I
Gambora
think
comes
so.
in?
Yeah.
Very good.
Very good. The one in the vent. Yeah, we do. That's the one we.
Yeah. we
Oh
did
yeah,
that
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Well, guys, good stream. Thanks for hanging out, Pasnik, and everybody else. Really appreciate the hints and tips there on the extra endings. We're Video Game Rations, a monthly video game podcast over here on Twitch. We play our game of the month on Thursdays and variety games on Sundays whatever game we really feel like playing. We're gonna do a little raid next. I don't know if I mentioned the website, videogamerations.com is the place to go. Thank you, Eric and Nolan, for hanging out. And
That's good.
we'll catch y'all later. Yeah.
Yeah. See you guys.
Fun game.
Thank you.
See ya.
Yep.